My name is Rana Abdel-Hamid. I'm really excited to be introducing myself and talk a little bit about our race here in New York City. I'm actually running in New York's 12th district, which is West Queens, East Manhattan, and North Brooklyn. If anyone's been to New York City, they probably have been through this district because our district is home to Times Square and Broadway and some of the most iconic parts of New York. And I was born and raised in this district. I'm running against a 3-decade-long corporate-backed incumbent. I was born and raised in a community called Little Egypt, which is a North African immigrant Muslim majority neighborhood. And growing up, my father owned a small business, deli grocery. And I actually came to organizing as a teenager, as a public high school student here in New York, at the intersection of both my class experience, but also my experience growing up in a post 9/11 New York City. I saw my community experience discrimination and targeting by the NYPD, but also I myself experienced a hate-based attack when I was walking down the street in Queens when a man tried to take off my hijab. And for the past 10 years, because of that experience, I've been actually training women across the US, across New York City, across the globe in self-defense to be able to confront various forms of hate-based violence. And when I came to this race within the context of the pandemic, just witnessing the reality of healthcare inequality, food insecurity, climate injustice in this city. And I remember early on in the pandemic, my mom got really sick, and it was during the time in which our hospital infrastructure here in Queens was completely overwhelmed. And we didn't have access to the healthcare infrastructure that would allow her to feel safe or get the healthcare access that she needed in that moment. And although my mom is good now, that moment was really pivotal for me and brought me to really want to advocate for communities like mine that are left behind in this city. The district I'm running in, if it were a country, would be the 9th most unequal country in the world. The current representative has only been representing one part of the district, and it's evident by the fact that last cycle she won by less than 50% of the vote. The race that I'm running in is also not going to be an easy race, but we're running in a way that's rooted in a coalition. We're Working Families Party endorsed. We're Justice Dems endorsed. We're endorsed by organizations and electeds from across the city. And we're raising the money to run a really effective and robust campaign here in New York. And we feel really positive and really optimistic because we're exciting an incredible base of folks from across our district who are volunteers, who are ready for a new kind of leadership, a leadership that is not corporate backed, and who are ready to get new and fresh, diverse representation at a federal level from this city. And so feel really grateful to be running in my home district, surrounded by people who are excited about our campaign, to be fighting for a platform for housing justice, for climate justice, and for community safety.
Wonderful. That is great. We really appreciate what you have to offer for the community and for your constituents. It's amazing. I believe we won't be able to have now questions and answer because we need to get the rest of the candidates on their time. But if you stick around with us at the end, we will definitely would like to have the opportunity for people to ask questions and for you to answer anything that you may not have covered here, and people would be interested to learn more. So we're going to end your session and start with the second session in here. Thank you, Rana, and good luck to you.
Thank you.